382,205,952 grains of sand in this double chest.
382,205,952. So what if we were able to actually top that number? And that's fucking right. Today we are going to measure how many grains of sand are in a desert superflat world. In the last video, at the end I showed myself opening a desert superflat world as a joke, just to show the astronomical amount of sand and how it'd be impossible to count. But today is the day we break even the space unit of measurements, by counting grains of sand. This is my journey on trying to figure out how many grains of sand are in this entire superflat sand world. This video not only shows the answer, but the journey that it took. Let's begin. If you didn't see my last video, I recommend you watch it before this one so you can see what led to me doing this. To calculate a grain, we use the smallest unit of measurement that can be seen on a Minecraft block, that being a pixel. 1 pixel is equal to 1 grain of sand. But from the last video, we already know one single sand block is 4,096 grains of sand. So the main problem here will be trying to figure out how many sand blocks are in a desert superflat world to begin with. My first idea was to use World Edit. Using World Edit, you can edit terrain by clicking on 2 different points. But there's more to it than that. If we use the command //copy, it tells me the amount of blocks I've selected. Meaning if we go to 2 opposite sides of the world board or corners and select them, we can find out the exact amount of sand blocks that are in this entire sand superflat world and use that number to begin calculating. So by clicking both points of the entire desert superflat world and doing //copy, we get the number. My main idea on how to easily calculate the amount of sand. I failed, and I realized that this is going to be way harder than I originally thought. This demotivated me for a little bit, to be honest. I was seriously planning on just scrapping the video and leaving just the one sand video and calling it a day. I didn't know what to do for a little while, but then it hit me. I decided I could use the chords. Chords, or coordinates, show the exact position you are currently standing using the blocks in the world as a reference. Almost like you're on a giant graph. Using the coordinates, we can find out the exact amount of blocks in the entire world. Looking at the chords, we found out the world board is exactly at 29,999,983. But before we do the math, we have to remember that it's that specific number for positive and negative coordinates, which technically just means that it's 29,999,983 times 2 for one straight line of the world. The number we get is 59,999,966, and we can do what we did in the last video when finding the face of a sand block. Instead of multiplying 16 by 16, we would be multiplying 59,999,966 by 59,999,966. So when we put this in the calculator, it gives us the total. For a second, I was genuinely stumped. Could I not be able to find out just because it's too big of a number for the calculator? But I did a little bit of digging and found a calculator that allows me to do a massive number of calculations without having any errors. So we got lucky with that one. So doing the calculations, we found out the entire top row of sand blocks in the desert superflat world is 3,599,995,920,001,156. Now that's a huge fucking number, but this journey has only just begun. Remember, I said that was just the first layer of the entire world, meaning that to find out the true amount of total sand blocks that are in this world, we have to do 3,599,995,920,1,156 times 8. That gives us the number 28,799,367,360,9,248. We have now found out the total amount of sand blocks in this entire world. You may be wondering, how many shovels would that take to mine? The answer to that is 14,180,190,723,785 netherite shovels with no enchantment, which would take 525,192,249,029 shulker boxes that are completely filled with netherite shovels. And just for the fuck of it, if you're curious on how much sandstone you can make out of all of the sand after mining it, you could make 7,999,991,840,2,312 pieces of sandstone. The numbers for all of these are so stupidly high that it's insane. In the last video, the highest was only 382 million. We've passed that by an insane fucking margin as you've seen so far, but the ultimate question still remains. How many grains of sand are in the Superflat world? Billions of people have lived and died across history wondering when this day would come. Fallen civilizations could have survived. All of our ancestors have tried but failed. Wars were fought with no avail. I believe with this knowledge, we can change the future. It all starts with this simple calculation. 28,760,360,960,9,248 times 4,096. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the answer. There are 117 quintillion, 964 quadrillion, 666 trillion, 306 billion, 597,879,808 grains of sand in an entire Superflat desert world. And with that, our journey has been completed. We started from 4,096 grains of sand in the first video, all the way up into this unbelievable number. I believe this is the farthest we go if I hunt further grains of sand now. There could be more we could calculate, but at what point do we quit? I see no further goal in mind personally. If you have any ideas on how to expand our journey with sand, leave them in the comments, my friends. I'd love to read what you think. Thank you for being on this journey with me. It means a lot. I hope to see you soon, guys. Take care.